Hello everyone, it's your boy Shiny Ray back again with another video. In this video, I want to talk about uh, just the guide of Black Yellow Luffy, straight up. So now we know PRB2, the new 5 cost ace that's coming out. There's some anticipation on hoping this leader will be good again. And in my comment section, I have had a few people have commented and say like they want to see a guide. So here I am gonna try to make a guide, and there are just so many things to cover. So I'm gonna break it down in parts. Just in this video, I'll give like a beginner guide. Just like if you don't know, like have not never played this deck before, here is how this deck generally works. In the subsequent videos, I'll give like an intermediate, then the advanced version of it, and hopefully people can learn something from it and be able to pilot this deck. Yeah, with PRB2 Ace coming out, this deck should be theoretically good again. So yeah, why would you listen to me? Yeah, there are quite a lot of BY guys out there, and when OP7 was around, BY was Black Yellow Luffy was one of the best deck, and there are many capable players. I'll quickly go through my accomplishments. I have played in 3 nationals, and I've gotten my 4th national invites, and I participated in. I at this point I lost count how many regional slash online regional that I participated in. I played basically only Black Yellow Luffy in all these events from OP7 or 6, whenever Gen Con was last year. That I played only Black Yellow Luffy, and I've gone X2 in every single events except 2 of them, and that was the 2 Nats. But yeah, every other events I played in, I went X2 with Black Yellow Luffy. So I have unfortunately have not gotten the cereal, but hopefully one day I'll be all star will align for me to get there. Okay, so with that, I will now jump into the deck itself. Okay, so with that introduction, now I will go through exactly what this leader does, and I'll kind of treat this, especially in the beginner video, I will talk in detail on exactly what this leader does, strength and weaknesses, what is the general game plan, what you want to do. So for those of you who somehow have not played this leader before and now really interested in playing it, again, PRB2 is coming out, this would theoretically be a decent leader. What this leader does is a color of black and yellow, and it's a 4 life leader. And what the leader does is when I'm at exactly 0 life, then I can have an ability. When I don't have 0 life, I pretty much don't have an ability. But okay, let's pretend this is my life zone right here. Shift the map over. You can see the life zone right here. So I'm at 0 life, and that's when my leader has an effect. So this is my trash here, and this is my hand. Then what my leader does is when I stick 2 Dawn underneath my leader, I can discard a card from my hand when I'm at 0 life once again, and I can discard a card to put two cards that are 5 costs or less. Sorry, 5 costs, exactly 5 costs. Doesn't matter what color, just 5 costs from my trash to my life. So face up, so like this, to my life zone. So now my leader have 2 life again. And it has a secondary effect. This is kind of to balance it. Is when cards that will enter from my life to my hand, in any way or form, just life to my hand. If it is face up, it goes to the bottom of my deck instead. So let's say this is my deck right here. Then when I take this life, instead of normally what happens is the life will go into my hand and it have like trigger or whatever. But in this case, it won't happen. When it's face up, it'll go to the bottom of my life like this. So when this is like to prevent infinite loop pretty much, because otherwise this leader would just be way too good. Okay, and to quickly keep in mind, there are a bunch of ways to, other than getting attacked. One of the primary way to lose life is to get attacked by your opponent. So I just mentioned when you get attacked, when life goes to your life to your hand, when card goes from my life to my hand, I am not gonna get that trigger effect. I'm not gonna get anything. It just goes straight to the bottom. And same thing with the other cards I'll go over to manipulate my life. If I cannot meet this condition, if my life is face up, it have like certain effects, so like Flampe, Hiyori, I'll talk about later, a certain effect to manipulate my life, to put cards that are from my life to my hand or whatnot, or added or trash or whatever. If it's trash, it's a different story, but when it's to add, any way of form, add to my hand, it will not happen. So please keep that in mind. That's a very important characteristic of this leader. Okay, so now that I covered what this leader does, I will talk about the overall goal of what this deck is trying to do. So normally, this leader is pretty unique because when you play any other leader, when you go to 0 life and you take one more damage, you lose the game, right? That's how normal leader works. But in this deck, I want to go to 0 life because again, if I don't have 0 life, this leader does nothing basically. Like if I have, let's say, 2 life face down and a face up life, like this is actually a down. My leader actually a downside because life instead of cards instead of adding my hand goes to the bottom of the deck, right? So my goal is I want to go to 0 life. Like that's basically the most important thing about this leader. How do you go to 0 life without losing too many cards? That's the overall goal of what this leader is doing. Because again, when my leader is at 0 life, that's when the game begins. Okay, so what do my cards do, right? I separate into 4 piles. Just kind of they kind of match the same characteristic. The main thing is this pile. So this pile consists of mostly the Sarada cards from ST13, which is when this leader came out. Ever since, there are some different brothers. So when I say brothers, I mean Sabo, Ace, and Luffy. If you watch the anime, they're brothers. So that you add to the deck to so these new brothers add to the deck to complement what this deck can do. So notably, all the brother has to be 5 costs. So if when you look at it, they're all 5 costs. Yeah, I'm pointing at the corner. They're all 5 costs. Bunch of different brother. They're all 5 costs. So the PRB Ace is not released in the North America yet. So I just use a random 5/7. I mean, this is not brother, but it's a 5/7 to kind of represent it as a proxy. So when you look at this Rouge, it's not the Rouge, is the new PRB2 Ace. Okay, so I don't have like the exact optimal list that I feel comfortable showing just yet because on Sim there isn't anything available for me to test on PRB2 yet. But anyways, so my deck has a huge chunk that are the 5 cost brothers. And the goal is when I'm at 0 life, I should hopefully have like one of these brother in my trash. Then let's say this is my hand, I can discard a card, relive 2. Then I can keep playing the game. Okay, so now that's the first part of the deck, the 5 cost brothers that I'm showing here, 5 cost brothers, and I will dive in a little bit on what these brothers do. So let's start off from the brother that were just always in the deck, that basically ever since the game started. So this Luffy, this 5 cost Luffy, so it's a 5 cost 8,000, 5 cost 6,000 power base. I can activate his main ability. Activate main is to trash my life, and first I gain 2,000 attack on this card, and this card gains 2,000 attack until the end of my until the start of my next turn. So this card's really good. Like it's essentially a 5/8, 5 cost, 8,000 power, really good. But it also offered the ability to manipulate my life. So what this does is when I activate main, I first gain 2,000 power, and then I look at my life. If let's say I do have a life here, I can trash his life to draw a fresh card to draw a fresh card to my hand. So very good. It allowed me to manipulate my life. There are scenario where something like my life is face up and it's stuck here. I don't know what to do with it. I can trash his life to draw a card. Well, actually, let's say I have 1 life. Trash his life, gain 2,000 power, draw a card, then I'm at 0 life, then I can activate my leader effect to discard a card and put 2 to life again. So this card is, honestly, I think I'll never cut this card. This card is just so good. Like, it's a 5/8 that can manipulate my life. Okay, so that's this Luffy. I know this is hard to see, but at the end of the video, I will show a screenshot on Sim and also put the like the general deck in my description, so you can see in Sim what some of these cards are. So for you new players. Okay, so now I'll quickly talk about this Sabo. This is a OP 12. Yeah, it's a one newcomer. I really like this card. So what this card does is a 5/6. Pretty much all the 5 cost brother are 5/6, and Ace is an exception. So 5/6. What this does is on play. Uh, let's say, oh my gosh. Let's say this is my life here, and this is my deck, right here. On play, I play it. I can draw a life. I mean, obviously it has to be face down, because if it's face up, again, it'll go to the bottom of my life. So actually, this is a good example to show like how this leader can sometimes have a downside. But anyways, 5 cost 6,000 power on play. I can put a life from my put a card from my life to my hand, and then draw two, and discard one. So it's and also the secondary effect is when I have 3 or less life, this gains blocker and it's an 8 cost, which is very relevant in some matchup. Well, a blocker itself is relevant enough. Okay, so now this is a good example to show like, oh, this happened to be bad proxy, but let's say this is the face up life, and then I play the Sabo. So what will happen in this case, right? If I play the Sabo, let's say this is my life, I would add this card to my hand. Oh, but wait a minute. My leader says if face up life will go to my hand, instead it go to the bottom of my deck. So this Sabo, instead of going to my hand, like normal leaders do, normal card game works, it'll go to the bottom of my life. On top of that, because I cannot satisfy that initial requirement, I do not get to draw 2 and discard 1. So that's very easy, very important to remember. The other cards that I can manipulate life, if it's except this Luffy that I just showed earlier, because this Luffy reads trash. Trash is different to add to hand. If it's add to hand, and I don't meet that requirement, then I don't get the secondary effect. Okay. So that's what this Sabo does. I talk about the Luffy, and I'll quickly talk about this Luffy. This Luffy, no PO7 that came out, it's pretty much put this deck on the map. This is one of the best card too. Extremely good against aggro. It has a trigger ability that can put the the trigger ability from life. If I take the damage and I have a trigger, I can kill a 4 cost. Then straight up kill a 4 cost and then put it to the trash. And the second, the main effect is, well, it's a 5/6 like any other brother. 5/6 when it's on the board. If I have 2 or less life, well, I can activate regardless, but you probably don't want to do that. But you want to activate it when you're at 2 or less life, and when you do, you activate main, you kill a 4 cost, and you draw a card. So that's inherently a +1 from doing that, because I drew a card, so I got this card back, and I killed something from my opponent. Okay, so that's what this Luffy does. And then this Ace, this is very quick to explain. What this Ace does is, if I have 2 or less life, adds rush. It's a 5/7. So yeah, that's what that does. And the new PRB Ace, of course, is a proxy, but it's a 5/7 with no counter. Both Aces have no counter. Every other brother has counter. It's a 5/7, and if I have a face up life, I mean, let's say like this, won't matter. If I have a face up life on play, I play it. I can put a 2 cost little brother from my hand or trash onto the board. So now this is a good segue for me to explain what the little brothers do. Okay, so the little brother, in the form of Sabo, Luffy, Ace, and Luffy. So what they do is this is also feed into what this leader is trying to do. So okay, I want to put that proxy away. um, but how it works is these. Let's say this is my hand. I mean, it'll be nice if I had my hand is always this big, but let's say this is my hand, just all the two cost brother. Oh my gosh, this video is getting long, but there's just so much to explain. I mean, this is just the basic too, but yeah, there's gonna be more advanced stuff later. Okay, so I activate my leader effects. I put two brothers from my trash or hand to my life, right? So what these little brothers do, and all these brothers, like they do the same thing. They're just matching names basically. So let's use Luffy as an example. So the baby Luffy, I pay 2 Don, I will play it, and then I activate main. What it does is I will trash this card. I trash this card. Yeah, play on the board, trash, and check the top of my life. If top of my life is a Luffy, it doesn't matter what Luffy, as long as it's a 5 cost Luffy. There are many. I mean, this One Piece card game. Luffy's main character, so there are a lot of Luffys. So, black, black or yellow doesn't matter what Luffy. If it's 5 cost, I can put it for my life to the board, and on top of that, my leader gain plus 2,000 until the end of my opponent's next turn. So this is extremely good because I just pay 2 Don and cheat out a 5 Dom card. So that's kind of what I meant by the like what's so good about this leader is very resilient at the end of the game because I can keep relifing, and in this case I use 2 Don to cheat out a 5 Don card, and my leader gained plus 2k until end of my opponent's turn. So this is an ace, so same thing. I play the baby ace for 2, I activate main, and then this comes out onto the board. Okay, just move those out of the way, easier to look. Okay, onto the board. So now my leader gained plus 4, because I play 2 babies. So that's the general idea, what you want to do with this deck. So obviously there's a downside, because when I do that, I'm at 0 life. But, so that's why I have like a, oh, actually, I did not talk about, wait, where's my other Sabo? The black Sabo. Oh, here we go. Okay, I did not talk about this black Sabo. This is one of the best card too. The black Sabo, I should have explained it earlier. The black Sabo, what it does is on play, I draw 2, discard 2, and my entire board cannot be KO'd by effects for my opponent's next turn. So it basically protects my board, and it has a blocker. So very good on filtering card, as well as defending and protecting board. So generally you want to end like your bottom life, you want to end with a baby Sabo activated, get a Sabo out, so I'm at 9,000 liter, I have a blocker, so I'm safe to, not die, essentially. So yeah, that's the general idea. And the main combo is when I'm at 0 life, I discard a card, I put 2 cards to my life, put two 5 cost brother to my life, use the baby, bring out the big adults, and then they do the work. I'm spending only 4 Don to cheat out 10 Don worth of stuff. I did use a bunch of cards to do that, but my leader is also 9,000 power. So that's the general idea, the high level idea how this deck wants to play. I go to 0 life, I discard card, put these 5 cost brother, like this stack of 5 cost brother I have here introduced, to the life, revive them from my life, and my leader becomes bigger. Okay, general idea then. So now I explained all the adults as well as all the babies, which is like a huge chunk of the deck. I will explain the other few stacks. This is very quick to explain. So Garp, as well as the event, they do the same thing. Is one is on play, the other one is event, but they like for consistency's sake, I look at the top 5 card of my deck, and put one of those, pretty much one of these cards that I just showed into my hand. So because these, remember, like the Ace, Sabo, and Luffy, you have to match the names, right? Like sometime I just have the wrong brother, doesn't matter adult or baby. Let's say I have all adult Sabo in my hand or trash, but I only have baby Luffy. I'm desperate for either adult Luffy or baby Sabo. So that's when the search event comes into play. Really good to help out with consistency. I personally only run 5. Some people run a lot more events, but yeah, that's preference. Okay, this stack right here. This is pretty much all the 2Ks. So exception of this. But yeah, these are all the 2Ks that for you to pick from that complements this deck. Okay, so these are the one that are, I mean, you'll never cut these. Like unless they print something better, you'll never cut these two. So this is Flampe and Zeus. So what they do is all these 2Ks, they are in some way or form manipulate my life, right? So let's say this is my life, three life phase down. Again, remember the goal is I want to go to 0 life to play my game, right? So the smart opponents, they know that's your game plan, so they just don't attack you. So when they don't attack you, you need some way to lose these life to go to 0, activate leader effect, right? So that's why these cards are extremely critical to the deck. The Flampe, what it does is on play, uh, I can draw life in this order. So when I play this Flampe, I draw my life, one card from my life, top or bottom. Sometimes it matters, and then draw a card. This is extremely good because look at what just happened. I play a card, I draw 2. So it's a +1, in pretty much +1 immediately. Really good. So and it costs only 1. And it's a 2K, so I mean this is yeah. Yeah, this card is so good. Like when EBO1 came out, this is definitely a 4 of to join the deck. Okay. Now this came out in OP11. So where's my other? Oh, here we go. Okay. This came out in OP11. So what this does is this is also extremely good. What it does is on play, when I play it, I can draw top or bottom life. So, you know, I accomplish what I try to do, which is losing life. And then I can destroy KO a 5 cost of my opponent's side of the board. So, I mean, 2 to kill 5, that's pretty much unheard of. Like, the only other card that remotely does the same thing is Thunderbolt, but it trashes life, so I don't actually get this card to my hand. And the other one is Nojiko, that has like its own restriction. This Zeus is extremely good. And it's also a 2K, so there's no reason you don't run 4 of this thing. Okay, next one, the Hiyori. So the Hiyori, what it does is, let's say this is my hand. Okay. Okay, let's say this is my hand. Okay, put it back here. Okay, so let's say this is my hand, okay? I play the Hiyori, because right now, I mean, I don't know what my life is, right? Like, I'll be fairly desperate to just play this and activate it blind and hope it's a Luffy. I mean, yes, it can happen, but I don't recommend it. But yeah, like, generally you want information, right? That's what this Hiyori does. You play the Hiyori, you draw a life, and this becomes my hand. I can put any card from my hand back to my life face down. So there are many ways to use it. BY Luffy can also use it really well. So in this case, I know this is a Luffy now, so I can safely play this Luffy, activate it, put this Luffy out. My leader gains 2K from this baby Luffy. This is my hand right here. This is trash. And then I activate Luffy's effects. This Luffy gains +2. I draw a card. I trash his life. Oh, what happened? I'm at 0 life. Great. Now I can discard a card to activate my leader effect. Then I can start playing the game. So that's like the most basic combo you can do with Hiyori to help you set up and play the game. Personally, I don't really like this because it's a -1. -1 meaning like you pretty much lose a card to enable this. I personally don't like that, but I mean, I might still consider playing it just because, like, in some situation, it's just so good. Okay, so that's Hiyori. These are these two are the other two case options that people have played before. The Makino is extremely, I will say, let's do it like this. Let's start with this one. Makino, this is extremely straightforward to understand. I pay one to play it, then I take a life. Actually, let's do a little more. I take a life, so I draw one life, top or bottom, doesn't matter. I mean, it's your choice. I draw a life, now this is my hand. Then I get to look at these three and rearrange. So in this case, I look, oh, Garb, Luffy. Alright, I kind of want the Luffy on top because that's how I can combo with my baby Luffy, right? Right here. So I rearrange it to Garb bottom, Luffy on top. And now I can pay 2 to play out this Luffy, activate it. Oh, guess what? It's a Luffy. I can play it out. So that's another way for me to unclog my life and set up for the future. Makino, very good in that sense. It's also a -1 though, so keep that in mind. Alright. Next card is this. It's one of the other new card. So what this does is it's literally a Hiyori, but it's specifically for this Luffy. So what this component beige reads is you may add one card from top or bottom of your life to your hand. You add one supernova to the top of your life face up. So what happens is it doesn't work with any other card. This is the only supernova in the deck. So that's why this is I mean, I've seen people play it, but it's just not that good. But yeah, what you do is you play it, then you draw a life, and then let's say this is my hand. I put this Luffy from my hand to my life face up, and now I know it's a Luffy. I can again do the same thing. Play a Luffy, activate my meter being 2, and then activate effect. I trash his life. I draw a card. Then once again, I'm at 0. Boom! I can play the game. All right. Well, that's that. And then finally, I want to quickly talk about this Ivankov. There was a while that this is pretty good, and it's never totally out. I would consider playing this, but what this does is it's a blocker, first of all. When you play it on play, I... So, yeah. So let's say, again, this is my life. On play, I trash my top of my life. I trash this thing. Oh, okay, I don't want to trash that one. Okay, now let's say this is my life. Okay, I trash this life. Okay, and then the secondary effect is I show a 5 cost from my hand to the top of the deck face down. So like this. Let me just double check. Reveal up to one character with cost 5 from your hand at the top of your life face down. Yep. So I reveal it. There's a 5 cost. I put it in my life. And then now I play a Luffy, same thing that I just showed like 20 times earlier, and trash this from this effect, draw, and then leader effect, so on. So this is also a -1. Trashing a life may seem pretty bad, but the fact that this is a blocker, it's pretty much saving you a card in the long run. So this is also a consideration that people have tried to play. I also played it before too. Okay, so notably, all these cards I explained, with the exception of Ivankov because it's trash, every other card that I explained just now, the Makino, the Capone, the Hiyori, the Zeus, the Flampe, all of these cards notably says put a card from your life from top or bottom to your hand. So, again, if that life is face up, you're gonna put that life that you're supposed to put in your hand to the bottom of your deck, given the leader ability, and you also don't get the second benefit of what the card is trying to do. So, very quick example. Let's say this is my life face up right here, and then I play a Flampe. what happens is this Hiyori just goes to the bottom of my life. Let me use a card with the sleeve. So let's say this is Zeus. I play the Flampe. This goes to the bottom of my life. Go to the bottom of my life, and I do not get to draw a card because I don't fulfill that requirement. Versus if it's face down, I will put this to my hand and I will draw one. Okay, so just want to point that out. All right. Lastly, I'm gonna put them back in order. Okay. Lastly, quickly explaining this stack. This stack I almost want to call. So this entire deck, um, it's pretty much a yellow deck. Like it's black yellow. The black aspect is I can do stuff from my trash, but the it's pretty much it's playing like a yellow deck. The whole point about manipulating life and then do all that shenanigans, they're all yellow effects. The only thing is because I can put stuff from my trash to my life, so that's why it's black. So very little black cards. Actually, these are not even black. These are the black cards that I have. Well, there are way more black cards that I've tried, but right now these are the black cards that I am playing. So these, I mean, black, as you know, is graveyard shenanigans and minus cost to KO something. So I play some of these to complement the Rocket Luffy better. So for example, Isho, it gives something their entire board -3 cost. With the combo with Rocket Luffy, I can start killing 7 costs. Same thing with Kuzan and Shirahoshi. They are in their respective manner -4 costs, and with the effect of Luffy, sacrifice and kill something. That's 8 costs. So here we go. Here we have it. That's the general, all the things about Black Yellow Luffy, how you play it. Oh, I guess there's Viola. Honestly, I'm probably going to take them out for PRB02, but quickly to explain what she does. She's actually extremely good in certain scenario. Sorry, backtrack a little. But Viola, what she does is, remember, let's say this is my hand right here, this is my trash. I'm at 0 life, I discard 1, I put 2 cards from my life to my, move these out of the way so it doesn't look too confusing. Okay, so, okay, so, here, start over. Okay, so this is my trash, I put 2 down underneath, I discard a card, I put 2 from my trash to my life, and what this Viola do is it's 2 cost blocker. It has 2 effects. I can look at my opponent's life, all my opponent's life, and rearrange them. Second effect, which is 99% of the time what I do it with, is on play, I put them face down. So when they're face down, first of all, I know what they are, right? Second is when they're face down, and when I do get attacked, or when I do add them to my hand with whatever card I just showed, they actually go to my hand. This leader only prevents cards to go to my hand that's face up. If it's face down, it does normal things. So that's what this Viola helps do. So it's really good actually. It just doesn't work that well with the new PRBAs. Okay. Now I have covered all the most basic thing on what this deck is doing. I cover what this leader does. I cover overall goal, what I'm trying to do, which once again, go down to 0 life, and when I'm at 0 life, I put stuff from my trash or my hand to my life that are 5 costs, use the little brother, relife them, bring them out for cheap, buffing my leader in the meantime, and then kill my opponent that way. So that's the overall strength I want to talk about is since this leader, when I go 0, I discard 1, I relife 2. So if I have like a big stack of adults, let's say this is my trash, I have a huge stack of like these 5 costs that I can in the future put them into life, I can stall for a while. Yes, every turn I do have to discard 1 to keep this going, so it's not like infinite. It actually runs out as faster than you think, but it's just a good way to stall against aggro deck especially. I think it's extremely good Because aggro, they will like attack you, rush you down, but once you clear the board, they're dead. But yeah, in this case, when I relife, I'm just constantly at 2 life and then making my leader slightly bigger, 7k or even 9k, but I'm always gonna have life to play with. So it's pretty resilient in that sense. It can stall. And I think the other big benefit is it can really adapt in some sense. Because I mean, most normal player, what they do is they'll put two of the brother to life, play a baby Luffy, activate, this comes out, then play a baby Ace, boom, this comes out, and then with 2 babies, my leader get +4. That's what normal people do. That's one way to play it. It's extremely powerful. It's probably gonna win you a lot of games, but you don't have to do this. Yeah. So what you can do is you can activate just the Luffy, and then now I'm 7k leader with 1 life, or I can just says boom. I do nothing. What do you want to do? I have 2 life. What do you want to do? Right? It's up to you how you want to play this leader. So I think it's flexible and you can adapt. So that's I believe the biggest strength of the deck, and now I do want to talk about its weaknesses. All right, I prepared this prop on the side. I hate this card, but boom. Yeah. So for those of you who don't know what this card does, I'm not sure why this card is still in the game. What this does is, on play, it's a blue card. On play, your opponent, regardless of number of cards in their hand, it can be 1, it can be 0, it can be 20, doesn't matter. They put their hand to their deck, shuffle, and draw 5 to draw 5. So it pretty much like reset the game for your opponent's hand. So, like I mentioned earlier, I have talked about this a million times. This leader wants to go to 0 life. So when your opponent attacks you, you generally like, I mean, he's a 4 life leader. So when you have 4 life, when your opponent attack me, I don't want to counter because I want to go to 0 life, right? That's what my leader is trying to do. So yeah, right now my opponent attacked me for 5. I'll take it to my hand. Then my opponent attacked me for 5. I take it to my hand. But I'm just keep attacking me. Boom, boom, boom. All right, I'm at 0 life. Great. So now, how many cards I have in my hand? I had, I don't know, like 5 cards. I just got 4 more because I got attacked 4 times. But then boom, let's say my opponent slammed this pudding. Bam. Okay, now all these cards are gone. I'm drawing 5 random ones, and I just lost all my life. So that's a big weakness of the deck. If opponent plays blue, you always have to watch out for this dumb card, Charlotte Pudding. And the other weakness of the deck is the brother itself. So what happens is that I've definitely run into some games where I, unlucky or not, that I just run out of these adult 5 costs in my trash or my hand. If I have none of these, then I can't, like, I can discard 1, but I literally have no gas that can go to my life. Then I just die when that happens. So that's like another weakness. And then finally, like, because what the leader does is fairly powerful, like, 9k leader and then cheat out 2 bodies like I mentioned, and so cheating out 2 body at 4 dawn, that's extremely good. But it's kind of working at like the how do I say, like, knife's edge, I guess that's the way to say it, because I am at 0 life. When I'm at 0 life, if my opponent have, I don't know, an unblockable card or somehow rest my blocker, attack me for a whole bunch, then I can die. So yeah, that's some of the weakness of the deck that you can think of. It's extremely powerful, but if they do have way to disrupt what you're doing, you can really get messed up. Okay, so it's like a mid-range combo-ish deck, you can call it. Okay, that about covered everything that I want to cover for the beginner video. There are more I want to talk about for intermediate and advanced. That I'm just building out my guide to talk about some of the general things to think about, as well as how do you like use all these ability to convert those into a win. So please stay tuned, and yeah, I will see you soon.